Dear Mr. Tyson, sir, I was so impressed, not about your achievements as a boxer, that too, but about something else. About a knowledge that you acquired by experience that most people on earth don't have. It is the knowledge of the Book of Light, summoned in a little book, Divine Message from the True God Nirvana, which I will send to you, of course, at no expense. But I was so impressed by your explanation, or by your fears also. I remember the interview on YouTube that I saw, when you said, the interviewer said, "You are the greatest boxer in the world. You are the man everybody is afraid of. You are the monster boxer." You said, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be that anymore. What? No. Mr. Tyson, the first seconds of the video that you saw, that's me. Christian Anders, German superstar, 25 million records, the idol of 4 generations. I had everything, money, fortune, that I still have something, not that much, but. And I looked also in the world for happiness, for fame, fortune, this and that, because I felt I'm nobody. I had very low self-esteem. Good. I was so impressed by your answer to that interviewer, that host that didn't seem to understand. He was almost shocked. He said, "What? You don't want to be Mike Tyson anymore?" He said, "That's right. I don't want to hear that. You said that you even go to therapy." By the way, I lived 10 years in Los Angeles, and I tell you, I know therapists and psychologists and psychiatrists. Most of them have heavy screw loose. Mr. Tyson, when you Google my name, Christian Anders, you get about 200 million entries worldwide. So I don't say that to brag in front of you, but to tell you that I understand that I had the same experience, though on another level, although I did some MMA and karate. Oh! Now I'm 77, I'm an old man. I was so impressed. And this interviewer said, and you did the right thing. But he asked you, how did they help you to? Because you said, when I do the heavy bag or sparring, oh, then of course that's wonderful, right, Mr.? Right, Mike? They always say Mike, and I like to keep distance. It's Mr. Tyson, but okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Then you did the heavy bag. No, you said, that's horrible. He asked why. Listen, you, Mr. Tyson, were the teacher of this man. I tell you that. You taught him. You said, because I don't want to have my ego awakened again. There you see, you already understood the structure of a human being. That is not one, but many, many, many layers that surround us, that are merged into each other. That's the teaching of the Book of Light. Many layers who want to express themselves. You were under the influence, the curse, no, not curse, under the influence of the physical, emotional layer. And the chance was given to you to outlive that by Casa d'Amato. He taught you how to fight, although you're, compared to others, you're a little man. I'm even smaller. I'm 6'10" or what? No, I'm sorry. I am 5'10". This was the reason why I trained karate from my 15th year on. Not to be a master, but to knock out everybody. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. So, Now, what impressed me the most was also some words that you said, excuse my bad English, was, I wonder how it is to die. I wonder. And by that you opened already a world that the guy didn't understand. Because you can't die. That's the teaching of the Book of Light. What you are attached to, what you identify with, that dies. And something in you died already. It's the boxer. You died already. Thank God. No, not even thank God. It was not bad to be a boxer. Not at all. You made many people happy, although on a level that I don't want to discuss here, but okay. And the more evil you presented to them, Muhammad Ali said that once, I don't want to have the bloodthirsty reaction of the audience. Yeah, but he caused it, and you caused it 10 times more. Already, although you said that Muhammad Ali would have won the fight against you. Let's not talk about that. Listen, we talk about another fight. You are the real fighter. Because now comes the second step of your fight. You fight the old ego. And the question is how to do it. You can't go to psychiatrists or to therapists. They give you pills. And you low down for a while. But then look. The old ego comes up. What? Oh! And you don't want that ego. I don't want it anymore anyway. I was forbidden to do that after a while by the record company. They said, we can't always show you singing a song with a broken nose and blue eye. I said, but I love it. I love to knock down somebody, especially if he's bigger, taller than me. That's how stupid I was. But it made me happy. Parallel, I had my singing career. Now, you were totally focused and helped by Cas D'Amato to do that thing. And you were his slave. You admitted it. He said to you when you were a boy, if you one more time beat up somebody in school, you're out of here. And you broke down and cried, and you embraced it. And he hugged you, and you said, from then on, I was his slave. And it was good. I don't say that it was bad that you became a boxer. It was necessary for the next step. As it was necessary for me for the next step to understand that fame, fortune, money, being a superstar and singing all these million songs. I was 4.5 years with Sean Connery in Marbella. I lived in his house with his wife. He did photographs of my autograph cards. She painted me. And I saw that a superstar is not always a superstar. But I was arrogant and young. Well, let's take focus with your wisdom. Because you presented wisdom that the host did not understand. Because you were already over his level. He was still on the level, now comes the animal, Mike Tyson. Oh, he was about the baddest man on earth, on the planet. And you said, no. I don't want to be Mike Tyson anymore, that Mike Tyson. See, and then you said, I wonder how it is to die. Listen, you also said, I know I will die soon. That's true. I can see that from you will die soon. But what dies, Mr. Tyson? What dies? If you would be the body, there would be no fear of death in you. It would be natural for you to be born, live, and die. The Book of Light teaches, and this little booklet, Divine Message, teaches that you, listen, and you inspire me for these words. you are wiser than most people in the world. I tell you why. I don't want to say compliments. No. The main question that even Islam, you're Muslim, La ilaha illa Allahu Akbar. The main question that all religious people ask themselves, even religious people, atheists too, who am I? And Mr. Tyson, I tell you something, the entire world is asking the wrong question. They are in the shackles of the wrong question. And you know what shackles is? You experienced that time. That was necessary. Who am I? In jail, they convinced you to Islam. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Quran, wonderful Bible, wonderful everything. But you see, if you go deeper, it is dissatisfying. As it was for me. I grew up in a monastery, 10 years. They wanted me to become a priest in Sardinia. My father was consul of Sardinia, Italy. But you asked the entire world almost is asking the wrong question. Who am I? You cannot know who you are. You can only ask the right question. Who am I not? And this is the answer to your thoughts. I wonder how it is to die. Who is the I that wonders? If it would be normal for you to die, you would say to die is so and so and so and so. That means the correct question is, who am I not? And now a world opens. Look at this book. It cost $2,500 euros. I sold already 51 of it. I am not allowed to take money from my books. This is just a production. I'm also not allowed to take the money from the German translations, which are 33 books. I don't need the money. I was homeless 3 months in Los Angeles in front of Patrick's Roadhouse, Santa Monica Boulevard. When Arnold Schwarzenegger came to me, because he knew me, he said, oh, and they played a hit of me, of Germany, in Patrick's Road. There's a German, there's Christian. I went away. I didn't want to have to do anything with him. There are certain reasons I don't want to talk about it. Good. So now, you see how the temptation overcomes me. Sometimes to talk about myself, which is of course nonsense. But I relate. You are my teacher. Mr. Tyson, you are my teacher. I say that in the front of the Book of Light. That was dictated to me when I was homeless under the bridges of Los Angeles for a while, and then everything was okay. But you are my teacher because you made me aware of the greatness of the Book of Light. I bring you now to the right question. You cannot ask, who am I? Ask, who am I not? Whatever you are aware of, arising and passing away, you cannot be that. Otherwise, you would not be aware of it. That means there's no self-consciousness. There's no self-awareness. It's all a lie. They are all lying, knowingly or unknowingly. If it's unknowingly, they are satanic. Who am I is the wrong question. Who am I not is the right question. And when you decide who you are not, you can continue deciding, should I yield to that which I am not? Oh, it's nice. The body is nice. Fame, fortune, money, sex, everything. Mr. Epstein could sing a song, but he hung himself in the cell. Mr. Tyson, you are on the absolutely right way. And don't think for a moment that Castamato, he was maybe hindering your evolution. No, he was important. He showed you where happiness is not. But there is a transient happiness. Listen, every happiness that you are looking for in the world is there, but it's dissatisfying. Why? It comes and goes. I had over 2,000 women in the world. I was with the most beautiful, famous women you can even imagine. I was And sexual pleasure is something wonderful. But it comes and goes. And after the orgasm, it's a sort of... But you see, when somebody has an orgasm, after it's a rest, okay. Jaja Gabor, whom I know very well, said to me once, Christian, my mother told me something. He said, what? Never show yourself naked after sex. Mr. Tyson, you know about what I'm talking. You had thousands. Did it make you happy? Yes, there is a certain happiness in it. But I tell you now what is the problem with the happiness you try to find in transient situations. It comes and goes. There's not real happiness. Real happiness would be something that cannot be taken away from you. It will be the high. Listen, you are Muslim. The Book of Light unites all religions. If you are still Muslim, I don't know it. I respect that. La ilaha illa Allahu Akbar. Then you look for happiness in heaven, right? Paradise. Yeah, what else? What else does Christianity and Islam and all the other religions prove? No, they don't prove it. They say to you that you will be happy in a heaven, that there is a heaven. It's true. They are right. They're absolutely right. All religions are absolutely right. But now comes the shocking news, Mr. Tyson. Even heaven is transient. That's the teaching of the Book of Life. Because heaven you experience with your etheric body. Now every else has died, but you are still in sort of spiritual realm. But even that goes. And for somebody who looks for real happiness, he wants to have something that cannot be taken away from him anymore. Am I right? A 5-year-old, there's a Book of Light for children. A 5-year-old can understand me. Listen, a child is suckling on the baby milk. Take the bottle away from him. Ah! And you already know that true happiness is not in that which you have until now searched for. But it was necessary, otherwise you wouldn't have known. True happiness is not in being a champion. True happiness in me, I mean, you are a much bigger superstar than me because the whole world knows you. Sean Connery once said to me, Christian, I make you great in Hollywood. I said, John, I don't want to know. He said, Christian, what is the difference between you and me? I said, you want to know? I said, I'm number 1 in Germany and you are number 1 in the world. He said, you can be that too. I said, no. I knew already what was going on. Come on. So, now, true happiness would be something, Mr. Tyson, that you find in something that cannot be taken away from me, that you can leave if you like, but that can heaven. The Quran says all the heavens will be rolled up like a scroll. The Bible said the heavens will be rolled up like a scroll and then will come a new earth, a new heaven. Yes, but they too. What did Hitler say? I promise you the reign of 1,000 years. Oh, that's for me. That's toilet. That's nothing. What's after the 1,000 years? Why don't you promise the reign forever? Only the Book of Light can do that. Mr. Tyson, you are on the right track. You are more far ahead than anybody who worshipped you, because they still stick in the past. Look at your videos on YouTube. Look at my videos. You will find maybe 10,000 videos about me on YouTube, if not more. They look in the past also. They say, Christian Anders. Now I call myself Lanu because I found that new one that leads me to the end of suffering. And whenever we are attached to something that is arising and passing away, we suffer. Now, you could ask yourself, why am I then here? Because you identified yourself with that which arises and passes away. We call it anatta, not the self. There is no self-consciousness. Don't fall for the gurus. They're all swindlers, liars, crooks. Because they promise you self-consciousness. You will come to such a guru. He said, okay, Mr. Tyson, you are completely right. Now I'll help you to find self-consciousness. Give him a right hook. Or one of my fast karate punches. Wow! Nobody in the world can block my punch. I said that since when I was 25. And nobody did. Couldn't. I just challenged here in a school the Muay Thai champion in Berlin. He will not be able. But what is that? That's nonsense. It's just a little joke that I do. He cannot block it. He cannot block it. But there's something bigger. Because see, what I demonstrate with my Gyakutsuki or whatever it is the body. The control over my body. I'm 77. Mr. Tyson. But there's something higher, because this will be eaten by the worms. How can I detach from that body not to be reborn again in this insane world ruled by insane people? Through meditation. I call it soul breath meditation. Every day 1 hour. And you experience the happiness of detachment. You too want to be detached from the fact that, or from the, not judgment, from the awareness that you are Mike Tyson. You don't want to be Mike Tyson anymore. That means you are in a detachment process. Right? So, how can you do that? They give you pills to calm down? No. You should not calm down. You should be awake like you always were, like Mike Tyson. But now you should use your mind and say, I want to know what I am. I asked the wrong question. What am I not? If you would be the body, you could say, okay, I stop. I don't want to die. Can you? You cannot. You cannot. I'm not that one. Take that off. I'm still there. And you are also not the body. You see, and in meditation, you can detach from everything. It may take a while. You may be overwhelmed by emotions, by disturbing thoughts, whatever soiled your life. But you are aware of it. You just look at it. You don't judge it as good or bad. It will pass away. And I can say glory to the Book of Light. Book of Light, it saved me from ending in an insane asylum. Don't tell me you found the truth in jail. Don't tell me. You went a step further to the truth. Listen, Mr. Tyson, the entire world is insane, ruled by insane people. There are some who are already awakened. For instance, you. The science, culture, music, politics, religions, they have one problem. They look for the truth outside. It's not there. They asked the wrong question. Who am I? Everything that is out there is not the truth. It's a transient lie. As you experienced, as you taught, you were the teacher of that of that host who didn't understand anything. You're far ahead of most people on the planet. Now you need a little further step. By not identifying anymore what you are, but by detaching from that which you are not. And you already decided, I'm not a boxer anymore. But karma, the karmic trail, that's just Mike Tyson. If you would be 100 years old, you would say, ooh, Mike Tyson. See, that's what you loaded on you. But it was necessary. And now you can become the teacher of these people and tell them, are you insane? A great MMA man that I will challenge in a couple of days, just for the fastest punch in the world. That's my little ego. My ego too. I said to him, why did you stop fighting? He stopped fighting. Oh my God, they called him the butcher. Oh, Silat. He knocked them down. You know what his answer was, Mr. Tyson? I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. I've knocked down more men than fit in a little church. And I've been knocked down many times. Because I didn't... You see, you followed rules with boxing. I was in a boxing ring and in a karate ring. When I saw that, I was losing. I tried to break his shin, I tried to stick in his eyes. And I was disqualified. I couldn't lose. I couldn't follow rules. And when I had the fastest punch, I had it always. I said, okay, if he hits me one more time here, I do... Oh! I stick my finger in his eyes, and I did it. And I was disqualified. I couldn't go anymore like that. I said, I don't like the entire stuff. Mike Stone came, the bodyguard of Elvis came to Berlin. They said, Christian, challenge him. I said, you want me to kill him? By rules, he will win. I cannot take it. If there wouldn't have been rules, you would have killed them. Right? Good. So, now, it's so great. I was so inspired by your words. I don't want to be Mike Tyson anymore. Now you are on the next step. And now look, I said a couple of minutes ago, science, religion, everything, they look outside in the truth. It's like somebody who looks for dryness in the water. The truth is not there. I say politics, art, science, religion is nothing else than hidden fear of death. See, somebody said to Brad Pitt, why do you want to be Brad Pitt? He said, because when you are memorized, when you are remembered by people, then you live forever. The brain of somebody else is not an appropriate place for me to live. And detachment is the secret of, now it comes, Mr. Tyson, listen, of immortality. Because what we all seek is immortality, not something else. We don't want to die. There's somebody in America who wants to be president. I don't know, his name is Saltov or Zeltov. He said, I not only will be your president, I conquer death. This is the main fear of people. And you said, I wonder how it would be to die. Well, when you follow the teaching, you will know how it is. It is like getting off one layer after the other, but you remain. Mr. Tyson, your desire remains too. And whatever you want to be in the world will bring you back in the world, into the world. And it keeps you surrounded by transient structures. Body, emotion, mind, soul, spirit, all of them are transient by the teaching. Somebody, Mr. Tyson, somebody who has overcome the desire for sex, money, fame, fortune, will end up in a higher heaven. Oh, no doubt. Study the teaching of karma and reincarnation. He will end up in higher heaven. Not forever. Where was the first fight? You're a fighter, Mr. Tyson. Where was the first fight according to Quran and to Bible? It was in heaven. So it's all obviously not an appropriate place for a real being who doesn't want to suffer anymore. Therefore, Mr. Tyson, the correct answer to the correct question, or let's ask first the correct question, not who am I, but who am I not. If you now decide, and you already went one step inside, you said, I'm not Mike Tyson anymore, I don't want to be, I go on the heavy back and the ego awakens. No. Wise. You could be a leader in the world, even a leader over the Quran and over the Bible, when you study the Book of Light. Glory to the Book of Light.